So here, because I know you are businessmen, and businessmen like money, I will talk about money, not just other issues. Business needs three things. Number one, production of a good or a service. You produce a good or a service of good quality and so on. Secondly, you convey that product to the market, or somehow you get the people to access the service. If it is a good, it needs transport by road, by rail, by sea, by air. If it is a service, it needs to be accessed somehow, either electronically or otherwise. Number three, market. Somebody must buy what you produce in order for that business to be successful. Now, within the production, we in Africa, we are pointing out that there are two levels. There's the production of the raw materials, and then production by adding value to the raw materials. So therefore, these are the 4 points I want to highlight for this conference. In Uganda, we are able to produce a lot of things. Uganda is right on the equator. One part of Uganda is north of the equator, another part is south of the equator. We therefore belong to both the northern hemisphere and the southern hemisphere. All the ingredients of making money. Then, of course, there are other things that for the production you need electricity. That one we have worked on it. We have got many dams on the Nile. We have got also other sources of power, solar. We are also building a nuclear power station with our Russian friends. So we are not going to lag behind on the issue of power. We have got geothermal. We have oil also. We have got some oil, but we shall not use oil so much for electricity. We shall use that petroleum for vehicles, but also for the plastics and so on, and for fertilizers, making fertilizers, for the ammonia. So therefore, we have all the inputs, but what we want from friends is entrepreneurship and capital.
Mr. Museveni, President Museveni, is a man with outstanding experience, and talking directly to him, I could learn a lot. And you see that Mr. President Museveni remembers Edvard Kardelj, he remembers the dissidents of Yugoslavia, he remembers Gilas, how he and Tito went on, and I could learn a lot from President Museveni also about current political situation in Africa, the speed of African growth. Africa in total has 1.5 billion population, much bigger than India, but Africa is developing, moving forward. In 30 years, we'll have more than 2.5 billion people in Africa, and it will become then one of the biggest, most important markets in the world after Asia. We talked about many important issues. I'm very grateful to President Museveni for standing by the international law, and that because Uganda is supporting the territorial integrity and sovereignty of Serbia, of the whole Serbian territory in international fora, international organs, we do reciprocally for Uganda and all African countries.